Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Triune Physics, aka Physics Bible. Today, we'll be dealing with mathematics. Alright, and our topic for consideration today will be equations. Okay, equations, meaning linear equations. Linear equations. That's the aspect we'll be focusing on today. So please pay attention and join us as we delve into the world of mathematics using the triune concept to solve and to understand mathematical problems. This video will break down the concept of simultaneous linear equations in a simple, easy to understand way. By the end of this video, you will know how to solve these equations step by step. Okay? So let's dive right in. So what is simultaneous linear equations? By definition, if you are asked, so by definition, simultaneous linear equation, okay, are a set of two or more equations. Underline that, set of two or more equations with the same variables. Underline the word variables. So the main goal here is to find the values of these variables. Is that clear? So that this will satisfy all these equations at the same time. Okay? So when you find this variable, you substitute them into the equations and you obtain your final answer. Are you here? So let's proceed further. For better understanding, what is variable or what are variables? A variable or variables. A variable is a symbol, okay? Usually a letter like X or Y. You've come across this before, that represents an unknown value. Underline the unknown here. I'm using different colors to represent that, an unknown value in an equation. So that unknown value that is attached to the main value now is known as variable. So the goal is to find the values of these variables, which is why we need to solve this problem. So let's define linear. The word linear, by definition, what does it mean? So that you'll be able to solve problems under this topic properly. So the word linear denotes something that is straight or just a line. So what does linear mean in linear equation? So the term linear in linear equation simply means that the variable here now, recall that variables are what? X or Y. Okay? That the variable or variables, okay, appear only to the power of 1. Appear only to the power of 1. So it means raised to the power of 1. What does it mean? No exponents. It has no exponents or square roots or divisions by variables. In other words, this depicts a straight line graph. A straight line graph. So linear equation has to do with straight line. Then what is exponent, or what are exponents? We need to define that. But before then, our equation will be in the form of ax plus by is equal to c. Okay? Where a, b, and c are our constants. Now, I term this to be the triune constants. If you look at them, they are in 3 parts. Okay? This gives us a better understanding that a standard equations are always in three parts, like you are seeing. So, understanding exponents. Let's explain what exponent represent. So, by interpretation, an exponent refers to the number of times a base number, okay, underline base number, is multiplied by itself. Is multiplied by itself. Are you here? E.g., 2 raised to power 3 will equal 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2, which gives you 8, right? Then 2 is equal to the base number. 3 equals the exponent. Is that clear? Alright. Therefore, in linear equations, underline linear equations, straight line equations, exponents of variables are always 1. For example, if we have x raised to power 1, it will give you back x, right? It will give you back x. So it means linear equations are in the power of 1. So if an equation contains higher exponents, let's say raised to power 2, 3, 4, 5, or whatever, like x squared or y cubed, okay, then it becomes non-linear equations, and it forms curves instead of straight line. Okay, so instead of straight line you have curves if your exponents are raised to the power of 2 and upwards. What are the triune concepts of linear equations? For better understanding the triune concepts of linear equations: number 1, equations; number 2, linear; number 3, simultaneous. The first, equations, they are mathematical statements showing equality between two expressions, okay, showing equality between two expressions. Then number 2 of the triune component, we have linear. It means the equation, okay, are of first degree. They are of first degree. It means no squared or cubed terms. Number 3 is simultaneous. Okay, it means we solve the equation together, not individually, which is why it is called simultaneous linear equation. Okay, so for example, if we have our equation 1 to be, okay, let's write it, 2x plus 3y is equal to 8. Now, please note that 2, 3, and 8 are taking the place of constants, okay? Then x and y are your variables, but 2 and 3 are the coefficient of x and y, okay? Let's label this as equation 1. Then equation 2, we have x negative y is equal to 1. We'll label that as equation 2. So we have equation 1 and 2 that we're going to solve at the same time. So take note of what I'm circling. Okay, we have our coefficients of x to be 2. For second equation, x has no coefficient. Then we have 3 to be the coefficient of y. And then 8 and 1, of course, are your constants also. Take note of this. So x and y are the unknown variables, and we need to find them. Okay, so we are going to use the following steps to solve simultaneous linear equations. We have steps I'm going to take you through so that you can be able to solve problems easily under simultaneous linear equation. The triune steps include number 1, substitution method. Number 2, elimination method. And number 3, we have graphical method. These are the triune methods you can use in solving simultaneous linear equation. 1 and 2 are very common. Okay, 1 and 2 are very common. So let's pick them one after the other. The substitution method. Step 1. Let's pick it. Step 1 for substitution method. Solve one equation, because you are dealing with two equations at the same time, but solve one equation for one variable. If you are solving for y, solve for y. If you are solving for x, solve for x, but pick only one equation. For example, let's pick equation 2 from above. Okay, from equation 2, what do we have? We have x. Okay, x minus y is equal to 1. Exactly. So let's make x the solve formula. X is equal to y plus 1. If you move your negative sign, it becomes positive. Exactly. So you have x is equal to y plus 1. So you can label this as your new equation. Okay. Step 2, substitute this expression into equation 1 above. Okay. That is, if we name this as equation 3, then we substitute equation 3 into equation 1. Let's copy equation 1. We have equation 1 to be what? 2x plus 3y is equal to 8. So let's pick it. Let's write that now. 2x plus 3y is equal to 8. Okay? So recall that our x is equal to y plus 1. So we substitute. That's what it means, replace. So 2 into y plus 1 plus 3y is equal to 8. So let's solve for our bracket. Let's open this bracket. So step 3, we simplify and solve for y. Okay, we now have what? 2 multiplied by y plus 2 multiplied by 1 plus 3 multiplied by y is equal to 8. Simplifying, 2y plus 2 plus 3y is equal to 8. Let's collect like terms by rearranging. Okay, what are we going to have? We'll have 2y plus 3y plus 2 is equal to 8 by rearranging, so that we have 5y plus 2 is equal to 8. Collect like terms now. CLT. Okay, CLT, collect like terms. So let's move 2 to the other side. So 5y is equal to 8 negative what? Negative 2. Exactly. 5y is equal to 8 negative 2. Then let's proceed. 5y will equal 6. Making y the subject of the formula, I divide through by 5. 5 cancels 5. So y is equal to 6 over 5. Take note of these. So we're going to substitute y is equal to 6 over 5 in the new equation or next equation. So substitute y is equal to 6 over 5 in which of the equation can we use now? Back into any of the original or two equations. Okay, any of the two equations. So let's pick equation 3. From equation 3, where is it? X is equal to y plus 1. Okay, so let's move. Let's copy it. X is equal to y plus 1. We now substitute and say x is equal to 6 over 5 plus 1. So that x is equal to 11 over 5. Okay, how do we obtain this? Let's do that. 6 over 5 plus 1 over 1. This will give you LCM 5. 5 into 5, 1. 1 multiplied by 6 is 6. 5 into 1, 5. 5 multiplied by 1 is 5. So 6 plus 5 over 5 gives you 11 over 5. Okay, so let's pick the second one, elimination method. I hope you are following us. Elimination method. Elimination means to remove, to cancel, to obliterate. Exactly. So step 1, when solving problems using elimination method, you will have to align the equations and make the coefficients of one variable the same so you can eliminate. So align the equations and make the coefficient of one variable. Coefficient is the number of variable which is the unknown, x or y, so that you can cancel them out. For example, 2x plus 3y will equal 8. Recall our first equation above. Okay? Also recall that 2, 3, 8 are constants, but 2 is the coefficient of x, and x is variable. 3 is the coefficient of y, and y is the variable. We have this as equation 1. The equation 2, x negative y is equal to 1. This gives us equation 2. Okay? The goal here is to align the equations and make coefficient of one variable the same. We want to make 2x the same so that x can disappear, so that we can cancel out x and its coefficient. So now let's multiply through by 2, right? Let's multiply through by 2, meaning let's multiply equation 2 by 2 so it can match the coefficient of x in equation 1. Are you following? Which is why we want to do this. So let's do that quickly. What are we going to have? 2 into x minus 2 into y will equal 2 into 1. Okay? So that 2x minus 2y is equal to 2. So this gives us equation 3. Okay? If you observe, you now see 2x and 2x in both equation 1 and 3. So we can now solve this simultaneously by elimination method. So let's subtract equation 3 from equation 1 to eliminate. So we now have what? 2x plus 3y negative 2x minus 2y is equal to 8 minus 2. Okay? So let's rearrange. We're going to have what? 2x minus 2x. That means 2x will cancel 2x now. Then plus 3y minus 2 into negative 2y is equal to 6. Do you understand this? So 2x negative 2x goes. So 3y positive 2y is equal to 6 because negative negative is positive. So what do we have left? 5y is equal to 6. Divide through by 5. 5 cancels out 5. So y is equal to 6 over 5. Is that clear? So that is that for that. Let's solve for x now. So we're going to substitute y is equal to 6 over 5 for x. If you observe, this answer is the same with the first method, substitution method. So let's substitute y is equal to 6 over 5 back into one of the original equations. Okay? You can decide to pick equation 1, 2, or even 3. So let's pick equation 2. So from equation 2, x negative y is equal to 1, right? So we will substitute x negative 6 over 5 is equal to 1. So let's collect like times so that x is equal to 1 plus 6 over 5. LCM 5. So since our LCM is 5, 5 divided by 1 is 5. 5 multiplied by 1 is 5 plus 5 divided by 5 is 1. 1 multiplied by 6 is 6. So 5 plus 6 over 5 will give you 11 over 5. Okay? And our y is equal to 6 over 5. So you can see that we're able to obtain exactly what we obtained using the first of the triune method. So summarily, graphical method will come later. Summarily, in today's class, you have learned that Simultaneous linear equation involves finding values of the unknown variables that satisfies multiple equations at once. Then secondly, the substitution method involves solving one equation for a variable and then substituting it into the other equation. Okay, then the third of the triune components, the elimination method involves aligning equations and eliminating one variable to solve for the other. Okay, connect to our social media handles at Physics Bible, the Triune Physics, for latest update. Thanks for joining us. Stay equipped, stay liquid.